All right, our next story has to do with urban India, has to do with the IT bastion of India, Bengaluru. The South Indian is always focused on what the urban person wants in Bengaluru, particularly Namma Bengaluru. That's the story. Asphalt overhaul, lasting cure or band-aid for Bengaluru? We'll figure out, because we want the best for Bengaluru, don't we? White topping projects across Bengaluru are set to now slow down, with the government now shifting focus to quicker asphalt works to improve road conditions. Last week, the Karnataka cabinet cleared 1,241 crores for road infrastructure development across urban local bodies. According to the Finance Department order, this funding push is meant to improve traffic flow, and objectives similar to white topping, which is why the diversion of funds has been now justified. However, the approval comes with a caveat. Allocations for white topping and buffer road projects, both part of the special infrastructure projects, will be reduced. Currently, the government's financial commitment stands at 4,200 crores for white topping and 2,400 crore for buffer roads this financial year. From 25 to 26 onward, about 3,000 crores will be allocated annually. Even with massive spending over the years, both methods, asphalt and white topping, have kind of struggled to provide long-term solutions. Now, white topping, though slightly better in performance, has been very slow and disruptive. Commuters are very frustrated, particularly in central Bengaluru. They say that this is a real pain, as work is set to begin on 3 more white topping packages around JC Road, including Kengal Hanumantaya Road. For now, the government hopes immediate asphalting will perhaps offer faster relief. But will it? That is the question. Let me now go across to the guests and experts. Nagesh Aras, who's a civic activist and author, is joining us, and Sandeep Aniruddhan, very well-known civic activist from Bengaluru. A very warm welcome to both of you. Nagesh, I was thinking of you today, and one of the reasons that you don't see any politician here is you've always told me, Sudha, it's about engineering, it's not about politics. Those are your famous quote, and I will always remember that for God's sake, what will politicians do? They will give their bites and scoot, but they are engineers who are going to really solve the problem. Now tell me, 2,400 crores was given. Now they are saying, no, white topping really does not work. Let's now shift it to asphalting. Nagesh Aras, tell me, is it even a better idea, or is it once again a quick fix or a band-aid to be put, and the band-aid will come out again, and the wound will be open to further infections and, further attacks on the same place where we have a wound already festering? Nagesh Aras.
Actually, when the road is slated to be white topped, I feel then they have to actually go ahead with white topping only. There is no point in doing asphalting and then later on dig it up and again convert into white topping, because
Right.
the whole expenditure will be wasted. So long-term planning is required, whether the road has to lead its life as black top or white top. Either way is okay. If it is properly made, then it will also have a very long life and it will last. But that is not what we see actually. Why our roads have very short life is the drainage is actually very bad. And most of the stretches are actually inundated during rainy season. And because of that, they go bad, and followed by a very terrible kind of, non-standard and substandard patchwork actually, which lasts only a few days, if at all. So that is the reason we have bad roads. Otherwise, if they properly made following the Indian Road Congress methods, then even the blacktop road will last for very long actually.
Do you think in the, are you saying that asphalting is better, or because people have called me and they've said, because we keep doing story, they said, what is this now? First you say surgery, then you say no surgery, only medicines. Then you say IV, no IV, keep them hungry. They want to know from experts like you. Sandeep, what do you think? Is this a better idea, this shifting? Because this one, white topping, had created a lot of heartburn amongst the people. And a lot of people are, out on the streets, and some of them are also going to protest, I think, and coming out and saying what is going on, because it creates a lot of pain for them. Also, there is flooding, they say. There is also a lot of traffic snarls, they say. Now, suddenly asphalting, which of course is proven to be better methodology, maybe long term, but I do not know that it will last, because in Bengaluru, I mean, I'm so sorry, but first question, Sandeep, do you think it's even a better idea?
So, frankly speaking, the white topping or black topping is a matter of choice and a matter of cost also, because white topping is several times more expensive than black topping. But if you really look at it, see, Bombay has a lot of white top roads, many concrete roads. But if you see, they've all worn out and they have potholes and all kinds of problems. So it's not like white topping is a real fix or anything. What matters really is the proper services underneath the road. If they are managed properly, you don't have to dig up the roads. Digging up of the roads and again restoring it causes a lot of problems. It leads to long-term damage to the road. So that should be managed properly before the road laying itself. Secondly, as Nagesh also mentioned, the camber is very important, the slope. He didn't mention camber, but camber of the road is very important. In Bangalore, most of the roads lack camber, lacks a slope. That is why water stagnates on top of it and leads to breakdown of the surface and eventually becomes potholes. And of course, even if you have proper camber or slope, you need proper drainage, which is not done. So a lot of road construction in Bangalore is done by novices. The engineers don't know what they're doing. Sometimes you'll be shocked to see they build a drain on the side of the road. The drain wall will be higher than the road height, and there will be no inlets for the water to drain into the drain. I mean, I'm clueless as to what quality of engineers BBMP has had over the years. Certainly no meritocracy. This is all ad hoc arbitrary appointments. The engineers, so-called engineers in Bengaluru, have no understanding of even basic common sense, leave alone engineering. And this is why we end up with these problems. And the fix is worse than the problem. Like all these patchwork that they do, it doesn't even last, as Nagesh said, for more than 2 or 3 days, because there is absolutely no method employed. There is no clear method employed as to fix it. First of all, you have to dig up around the problem and create a clear patch, and then you have to do a proper sub-base preparation, and then you have to do a proper surface fix. Then it will last for a while. What they do here is just throw some rubble and cover it with some tar and run off. But primarily, all of this exists because it is a scam. Most of the money that is announced, they announce 1,000 crores every 3-4 months. Most of it is not employed on the road. It goes into bank account. It doesn't actually come to the road. That is where the scam is. And the second big problem is, and now see, actually it's a course correction. Even if the government has decided to spend the money on tarring, which is actually a big requirement.
Yes.
Because the existing roads need to be well maintained.
All right.
Otherwise, what happens? Half the road you can't use, or 3/4 of the road you can't use. So that actually reduces the capacity on the roads, and then we are trying to squeeze all our existing traffic into that little bit of road. So maintaining existing roads in proper condition is actually priority.
Right.
And we've been actually telling the government, do that first, forget about all new projects.
But Sandeep, I want to ask you,
course correction.
Course correction, like you say, but you said Bombay does white topping. The course correction in Bengaluru is going to be from white topping to tarring or asphalting. I am asking you, so you say white topping happens in Mumbai, but which means, and the roads stay. I mean, in Mumbai does not have just...
Despite that, you will find potholes in Mumbai. That's what I meant to say. Qualitatively, you're not going to get any difference.
Right.
If the basic conditions are not right.
I thought Mumbai does a better job than Bengaluru. Okay, Nagesh Aras. Yeah, I understood. Sorry. Nagesh Aras, I want to ask you, it is fine. Sandeep calls it, a course correction. Okay, fine, whatever works. But the thing is, whose money is it, Nagesh Aras? First, you say 2,400 crores, how many 100, and then in October only, DK Shivakumar said 4,000 crores, I will give 180 kilometers of road. Then they suddenly decide, no, let's stop white topping. Then they also accused me on this show, some of them saying it is raining, how can we help it? I said, well, you should have also, if I'm an expert and if I'm having an event outside, I will first look at the skies, whether I have to use tarpaulin or a shamiana there. You just don't go and, do something there. You should have done it. No, it rained. Fine. I'm asking you, Nagesh Aras, ultimately, whose money is it? It's your money, no? It's my money, no? It's the taxpayers' money. You can't keep experimenting and with zero results on the money which the taxpayers are paying.
That is yet another point, what Sandeep mentioned. Actually, I will like to take it further, actually. See,
Please.
7 times expense, the government cannot afford. So they are now saying that they will actually go for blacktopping. That's all it is. But the waste of money is a given. That is not going to change. Waste meaning somebody is going to, siphon off the money. That is for sure. It is not reaching the public, use. That is for sure. So that's a constant. But other than that, all manipulation into black top, white top, it's all basically what we see is the result of that ultimately. And regarding the why roads need to be dug up, that is yet another topic which we have not discussed so far. And the reason is that there are multiple utilities like, power cables, then there are, TV, internet cables and so on. And there are then, water supply and sewerage lines and all that. The JC road, which is right now being shown, it was actually dug up in a major way by BWSSB. There were cratering and, ground collapse and all the drama happened there. So all that is not done beforehand. And, the road is made without any coordination and the other agency then comes very soon and then digs it up again. Sometimes what happens is the laying of the road actually damages those infrastructure. And then they come and, start digging because they have to do it, right? So that is the problem actually. So there is lack of coordination, lack of long-term planning and very substandard method of making these roads.
Very
This is
scary
all
now.
playing a part.
Yeah, it's very scary, Nagesh, when you say substandard. Even Sandeep talks about it. Sandeep, then what happens? Once again, it's like showing a dream to someone and saying, now I'll do it, now you will see the rainbow. But nothing really comes out of it. Do you have faith? Because you said it's going to be corruption because a lot of money will go into individuals' bank accounts. It will be some shoddy job which will be done. Nothing will come out of it. This blacktopping, which sounds more, robust, more, bulletproof as it were, for lack of any other phrase, seems to be long term, very resilient. But do you think they will do a good job of this, or at least you and I will be discussing it another 15 days? Sandeep.
So firstly, I'd like to make a point that's different. This diversion of funds from 2 projects, that is white topping and the buffer road project, it is actually a good outcome in the sense they were planning to build roads in buffer zones of lakes and Rajakalvis, which is absolutely illegal, and they're still gone ahead with it. And I'm happy they are diverting funds away from that because that's illegal. They'll not be able to implement it. There'll be court cases and that money will just hang in the thing. At least it's being put to use now. The second thing is you can expect good, reliable outcomes when you have proper warranty terms. And I'll underline this. The day you start holding the contractor liable, say the road should last for 5 years or 10 years, or he should keep providing the services of repairing the road for that period. It's a very easy to, draft kind of an agreement. You change whatever agreement exists now, make it, it becomes necessary for the contractor to ensure the maintenance and uptime of that road for a period of 5 or 10 years. You will see that the road construction will be good. Because when there is a financial implication for the contractor, which is long term, if the road breaks down, he will ensure that the construction is done right, the maintenance is not required.